to A Little Sketchy. I brought together a team of talented sketchers here to make hilarious comic sketches just for you viewers at home. That's right, we're gonna bring comedy to your town!
Hey everyone, Newsy here from Newsy's News Network. Today, me and my co-anchor Dick Johnson
are going to introduce the Sketchy Vote!
Thank you, Dick, for that unnecessary interruption. Now, as mentioned, today we will be covering the Sketchy Vote. We will cover fringe party debates, vote counting, and election results. This will all happen on the same day because the USA, United Sketchy America, which contains Sketchy Town, has a very small population. We will also be using a true democratic voting system, no electoral stuff. Now, for the people participating in this year's election.
Atticus Patrolman, Moneybags Jim, The Stone Politician, and Vixie.
It's not your turn to speak.
Well, you said I could introduce the candidates.
I said a candidate. And besides, you're supposed to wait for me to finish talking.
You were taking way too long. Anyways.
So you know what? I am fed up with you, Dick. In fact, Spencer, turn off his mic.
Wait, you can't do...
Finally, peace and quiet. Now let's see, where was I? Oh right, first up, we have Fatolman and Moneybags Jim, the third party candidates, who will partake in a town hall debate. Now Spencer, play the PSA.
I'm Atticus Fatolman, and I am running for president on the ballot of helping the environment. Now, I know environmental candidates aren't as popular, but I believe that I can help this nation. You may ask why I'm in a tree, and that is because I am in protest of being cut down. And I am also going to tell you a little bit about my qualifications. First,
So, I know what you're thinking. Moneybags Jim. A TV studio boss. For president? Well, for one thing, I can use my financial experience to grow the economy of this country to a gargantuan scale. See this? This is all the money the government has been spending on social supports, diplomatic agreements, and environmental solutions. I propose we get rid of all of that in exchange for massive profits.
Welcome to the Fringe Presidential Debate. Here at Sketchy Town Hall, we have environmental candidate Atticus Fatolman and the fiscally minded Moneybags Jim.
How long is this going to be for? Because I have to break some kneecaps for a work thing.
Breaking news, Moneybags Jim will break your kneecaps if you don't vote for him.
Newsy, you think I would resort to threats of violence to get people to vote for me?
Yes.
I'm above that. I care about democracy. You have twisted my words around. Hey, Moneybags Joe, call off the kneecapping thing. They're onto us.
Newsy, I have a gripe against you. See these podiums? They used to be trees.
That must be tough for you, Atticus, but...
Those trees had families. What about them? There are millions of trees that are in grief.
You've lost me.
Well, you see, Newsy, a lot of people think trees don't have feelings, but according to my research, that assumption is false. And you can trust me on that, because last winter I discovered this when I went on a month-long camp with no resources except for my trusty sack out in the forest. And during the excursion, the trees started talking to me.
Are you sure that wasn't a result of starvation or something?
I don't think so, because I was well fed on a diet of the mushrooms that I found growing on the forest floor.
Uh-huh. Okay, first question. This one is from Studious Stew.
What is the capital of Kenya?
Is this like a diplomacy question?
Oh no, these are the questions for my geography test. I forgot.
Actually, Stu, I'd like to linger on that question. See, I, Atticus Fatolman, lived in Kenya on a research trip, and...
Next question. This one is from Billy from Maine. Get up here, Billy.
Hello. What do you plan to do to improve the economy?
Let's go. This is my kind of question. Here's what we do. Social security, out the window. Healthcare, gone. Now there's like Now there's less taxes. We take all of that money and give it to big businesses, and then we let it trickle down.
Don't you think taking away that stuff is gonna make people angry?
Who said I was doing this for the people? I'm doing this for the benefit of the wealthy class.
You see, Newsy, I would not do such a thing. I believe in helping the many impoverished groups in America. Most principally, one group that has no money at all, the animals.
Huh?
I think it will be easier to help the environment if we allow animals to participate in the economy. That way it's the business's incentive to preserve nature. I propose we start making businesses employ animals and provide benefit packages for those unemployed.
I'm just gonna say it right here, folks. That idea is stupid.
Wouldn't that be worse for the animals?
Good point, Moneybags Jim. This just in. Atticus Tolman supports forced labor for animals. No! Next question. Our next asker is a man who only goes by the name the Inquisitor. Okay, the Inquisitor, get up here. Yep, here we are.
Let's say a massive supply of oil has been discovered in Yellowstone National Park. What would you do to capitalize on this?
This is something we need to capitalize on right now. I'm sending this country's pro-drillers right on the case. When we're done with it, you'll think that it was a garbage dump. And Atticus, thank you for this. I've actually been inspired by your idea, so I'm gonna give the animals I'm destroying the habitat of the chance to help extract the oil. I'm so benevolent.
No!
Atticus, is that what you would have done?
Of course I would not do anything to extract it.
What if, under Yellowstone National Park, there was a colony of microbes that contain a gene that cures cancer?
I would still not thrill. Maybe we wouldn't even be able to extract it in the first place.
Well, what if we could extract it?
No.
Well, your chances of getting elected were probably zero in the first place, so don't feel too bad that you've probably alienated most of your possible voters.
Ha!
You too, Moneybags Jim.
What?
I think it's time you two had a hefty dose of truth. Face it, this is a fringe debate, not a major debate. You guys are third parties, and third parties, they never win. Even if one person did so well in this debate that they took the full share of votes for both people here, they probably would not even come close. Well, that closes off our first debate of the show. Now time for another PSA.
What's the one thing every president has in common? They're unsexy. But don't you fret, for I, Vic Steele, intend to fix that. I am running to be America's first hot president. Vic Steele! When I'm in office, I will invent a new federal department, Chief of Riz, and I will put myself into that position. So, are you ready to make America a whole lot hotter? Blimey! Looks to me like we're on.
You messed up! Yay!
And why, may I ponder, are you celebrating that?
Because making mistakes is how you improve, huh?
Well, anyways, hello sketchy voters. While the news team is gathering themselves, we're going to count the votes for the election. Since we can't vote ourselves, it isn't biased. With me being from my home across the pond.
And me being totally from Australia.
Well now, let's count some votes. We'll also be taking call-in votes. Oh yes, indubitably, I see this one. Oh, okay. Yep, that's something. Okay, we will now have a caller for the show.
Hi, Johnny Table and Happy, if that's why you
It's
call.
Joy Happy.
You don't seem very joyous, sorry. What are the votes saying
You're
right
taking
now?
a really long time. Do you know that? That's fine. Take your time. Keep on going.
I think I personally would vote for Moneybags Jim. I think as a member of the upper class, he represents what I think is best for this country.
Moneybags Jim is dirt poor. What are you talking about?
Well, you're just stating something. You're just stating your own opinion. Is that a question, though?
What are you going to do if, let's say, a fool like Atticus Tolman will win?
Well, we can't forego democracy, can we? We'll just have to have him in the office. Maybe Congress will figure something out. I don't know.
In your home across the pond, don't you guys have a monarchy or something?
Well, Parliament does most of the job. Anyways, next caller.
Probably who?
What's an economy? I don't know what an economy is. I keep hearing about it in the news, but I really just don't know what the word is.
Don't look at me.
Well, in Europe, we're all socialists.
I don't know what we are in Australia, where I'm totally from.
Well, let's just count some more votes.
Yeah. Sorry. Johnny Table, guess what?
What?
It's time for another PSA. Spencer, play it.
What's up, America? Are you ready to get pawed for this year's election? It's me, your president, the Stone! Listen up. For my term, I plan to make this nation even more macho. So don't vote for those uncool other candidates. Vote for the Stone!
What an exciting day it has been.
Got that right, Nancy.
Of course I did. Why wouldn't I?
Right. So, Moneybags and Patrol Man always had low chances of winning, but this debate sure did prove it.
You got that right, Dick. They were way too focused on their own goals. Third parties, am I right?
Wait, are you getting this?
Breaking news. This just in. Moneybags and Potomac have just decided to combine their ballots and are now running together.
Is that even allowed?
No idea. The Constitution is a little sketchy. Looks like Potoman's going to be Moneybags' running mate for vice president.
Should have gone with Patrol Man running for president. He has a better vocab.
He's too focused on trees.
Well, at least he can pronounce forfeit, unlike someone I know.
You know what, Dick? I thought it was going to work out, but you pushed it too far. Spencer, throw him out.
You can't do this!
Thank
it's
you,
a live
Maisie.
episode! What will the
Don't
viewers
care.
think?
Bye-bye. Thanks, Maisie.
No!
Up next, we'll have the main presidential debate with Vic Steele, the Stone, and Politician. But first, Spencer, roll the PSA.
In his campaign, Vic Steele wants you to know that he is a sexy guy. What Vic Steele doesn't want you to know is that he has zero political experience. Vic Steele claims he is what the American people want. But do you really want a president who has admitted on Johnny Table's talk show that he is too pretty to even know that crime exists?
Luckily for you all, I, Politician, am a completely normal candidate. Vote for normalcy. Vote for Titian.
Welcome to the major presidential debates. Here we have incumbent the Stone debating Politician along with independent candidate Vic Steele.
Vic Steele!
Would anyone like to start us off with the opening statements?
I would, Izzy. Now, America, most candidates these days are looking to be celebrities, solely focused on their own popularity. But I believe that the American people...
Boo!
Are you booing me? Who do you think you are?
Vic Steele!
Not you.
The Stone!
Vic Steele!
The Stone!
Vic Steele!
The Stone!
Vic Steele!
Vic Steele! The Stone!
Yeah, guys, okay, we get it. You're both loud or quiet or intimidating. Go on, Politician.
Listen up, America. Politician wants to make the president uncool. I'm against that. See, I believe in a macho nation, one where bros, dudes, and dude bros can live together in harmony.
That was beautiful. But not as beautiful as me.
Unbelievable! Vic Steele is raising up the American voters.
Oh yeah? How about this?
Incredible! The Stone and Vic Steele are now competing with each other based on whose facial expressions are more convincing.
I won that!
No, I did! Whatever!
You two are idiots. See, voters of America, I, Politician, am no idiot, for I plan...
First question, and it's coming from, oh my, the Inquisitor. Get up here, Inquisitor.
Who's the Inquisitor?
Candidates, let's say a massive tornado has just hit Kansas. And now every single person in the state is without basic needs like heating, running water, and electricity. What would you do to provide relief to the families suffering?
See, I like this question because it lets me show you how it would work for the American people.
Boring! I think you need to learn a thing or two about being concise. This is easy. My answer is that I would not let this happen in the first place. Once my team has notified me of the tornado, I would punch the tornado so hard that it would fly all the way into Canada. Then it would be their problem.
You can't punch a tornado
See, the Stone, I like that idea, but I think you're not lined up with the question here. The Inquisitor asked,
what we would do after the tornado.
That is the correct question, thank you.
And as for what I would do to restore these electrical services, I would work with the world's top scientists to find a way to turn sexiness into energy. As the sexiest sexy guy in the world, I could then power up the entire state of Kansas with a single look, like this one.
Right. Good stuff right here.
Big Steel! See, voters, this will also be useful for climate change because sexiness is a renewable, clean energy.
I wish I had thought of that. Only you're forgetting that macho-ness would probably produce even more energy.
Neither of these ideas are
Those
possible.
were some great responses, everyone, except Polly. Next time, try to answer the question.
I was trying to...
Next question. This one's coming from Ivan. Get up here, Ivan.
He looks really similar.
Vladimir Putin has just declared a war against the nation, and Congress is advising a military draft. What would you do?
I say no draft. Young people deserve the right to live in their parents' attic and work as in fast food. What I would do as the commander-in-chief for an army of one, that one person being me, obviously, as a macho man, I would march to Russia and scare the military away by just being there.
That is a horrible idea. You will
Polly,
die.
you're being very aggressive and standoffish. The Stone is proposing a perfect, valid plan. I understand if it doesn't align with your values of sending young people to die on the battlefield, but come on.
Yeah, Polly, that wasn't being a very good sport.
Can we try to keep this civil?
Why do I do this?
So, the Stone, I would like to propose a different solution. One that involves a more diplomatic approach. See, as chief of Riz, I would invent a new kind of diplomacy. Hot diplomacy. I would go to Putin, and I would use my Riz abilities to convince him to call the war off. If he refuses my initial level of Riz, I will make myself even hotter by undoing my top shirt button. And then I will keep undoing all the buttons until he obliges.
But you're wearing a t-shirt underneath.
I know.
Politician, if you have something to actually add to the discussion, I'd listen, but you can't just talk about Vic Steele's fashion choices.
I am not trying to direct the conversation.
Well, this has been quite a debate, but we are running short on time. Candidates, would you like to deliver your closing arguments?
Yeah, let's do this thing. What's up, America? You know who to vote for. This is the Stone. Peacing out.
I'll go next. Big Steel!
Can I go now? Okay, listen, I just want to be a civil servant to the American people. Men, women, children, non-binary, even the Martians, I don't care.
Martians. You know Martians aren't real, right?
If Martians aren't real, then why do you say there's alien immigrants?
They're not aliens, they're people.
What about the Martian that talks to me from the corner of my room?
Well, that closes off our debate.
Listen up. I don't have much time before they find out I interrupted the broadcast, so I'm gonna make this quick. All these candidates for president, they're ridiculous. What all you should do is elect me in a write-in vote. Why elect me? Simple. I believe that the government is too surveillant. They have all these ridiculous laws, which they keep trying to enforce. I think that if someone wants to start a coal mine, where kids can mine coal 24/7, they should be able to. And that's another thing. Labor unions, it's the USSR all over again. Vote Mr. Bob and you will not be disappointed.
Welcome back to Newsy's News Network, here with your latest Sketchy Vote coverage. Well, the major debate was something. As we all know now, politician is an alien truther, which has caused a lot of controversy among scientists and other smarty pants. Unfortunately, politician's primary voter base are the smarty pants, so she has decided to suspend her campaign. At a time like this, Dick would probably say something dumb like, "Wow, Newsy, 2 candidacy switch-ups while votes are being counted." Well, anyway, there are only 3 options to vote for.
Make that 4!
Mr. Bob, how'd you get in here?
I learned how to pick locks when I was in a Belarusian prison. Now, listen up. None of these candidates are good enough. They aren't discussing the important issues of the time, like child labor and coal mining. American people, what you gotta do is put me in as a write-in vote, and we'll score this election for sure.
Can you not use our studio airtime here?
I'm doing you a favor.
This will do wonders for your ratings. You know what? I'm gonna help you out here. You're interviewing me right here, right now.
You know what? Why not? So, Mr. Bob, what is your political experience?
You know, Newsy, that question reminds me of a story from my youth. See, when I was 7 years old,
Keep going.
my pops told me, son, it's high time you use the family tractor. Now
Right.
remember, this was before gasoline, so it was basically a plow with
Of
wheels.
course.
Anyways, when I tried using the tractor, it veered off course, and I fell into never-ending lake.
Oh, no.
When I fell in, I discovered that there was an air bubble at the bottom of the lake.
air
And when I went in, I found 5 other small children who had also fallen in said lake. I decided to lead them in pursuit of escaping from the bottom of the lake, which I evidently succeeded in.
Well, that's not really political experience. That's more of a leadership experience.
I'm not finished. When we escaped, we were thrown directly into jail because apparently the lake had been used as a place to dump delinquent children, being humane on account of that air bubble. So, I'm not a delinquent, and as a result, I wrote a letter to President Ulysses S. Grant, and I convinced him to give me a presidential pardon in exchange for putting him on the $50 bill.
That's where the politics come in.
Wrong! There's more. So, I showed the judge my pardon, but he didn't believe me. So, as punishment, I was catapulted all the way to the distant planet of Mordor.
Like in Lord of the Rings?
Of course not. This is a planet. And in your kingdom, Lord, okay. What is, wait, I got something on my mind here. Why don't they call it King of the Rings? It sounds better. It rhymes, no?
It does rhyme.
Studio audience, what do you think?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay, so anyways, planet as opposed to a realm or whatever those goofs call it. And I'm there, okay? And I discover that the citizens of that planet are being governed by a feeble, ineffectual leader. So quickly, I get myself elected and I fix everything. I implemented capitalism. I implemented child labor as a result. I did so well in my term that they decided to exile me from that planet and catapult me back to Earth just in time to have dinner promptly at 5 p.m.
You did all that in a day?
Of course I did it in a day. Are you questioning my credibility? Why, for that, I should send you to the coal mine!
Hey, chill. Let's not go there. I'm not even young enough to go there. Spencer, can we roll a PSA?
We asked Tiffany the Starbucks girl what the most important quality in a president was. This was her answer.
I know this one. Oh wait, he's hot, like thick steel.
You heard it from her, folks. Modern Americans want a new kind of president. One that isn't an ugly dude. One that knows the value of riz. A president like me. Big Steel!
Well, we've been counting all day, but we finally have the results.
Hooray!
Chuck, get over here. Chuck, what are you doing over there? Chuck, come over here. Sorry, Johnny Table. So, as you can see, we have the outcome on this note card. And the winner of the sketchy vote is